Most Pilates business owners start their Pilates business journey as solopreneurs. So they think they can do it all, from teaching their clients to doing their marketing, doing their accounting, doing the cleaning of the studio. You get my drift, right? So I have failed at this more than anyone I know over the years. And it took me a long time of mistakes and really quite a few failures to see what skills I needed to develop to be able to grow my business. So the only reason that I needed to develop these skills is because I wanted to grow my businesses, and there was absolutely no way that I could manage my businesses all on my own. And thank goodness for the people who surround me, who my staff and my team, who were super patient with me and helped me grow my business. And I'm not just talking about my staff who are literally working for me in the studio, or my staff who are working for me in the background, but also the other people that I developed relationships with, including my accountants, including my marketing people, including my social media strategists. So all these people were part of my team, and the development of the skills that had to happen within me was to make sure that I could create these relationships with these people. So if you want to know more about what is the most important skill that you need to be able to develop these relationships, stick around and watch the video till the end. And if you like it, please hit the like and subscribe so that you can get notified every time I upload videos online. If you don't already know me, my name is Anita Horry. I am a Pilates teacher and teacher trainer with over 15 years in the industry. I have taken my business to grow from being a solopreneur to then being the teacher trainer, to then organizing workshops and events, and then later on having my own Pilates business and wellness coaching. And this is where I'd like to share tips and ideas for people to be able to grow their businesses in the same pattern and hopefully better than I have. Okay, so let's hit it right to it. The situation with developing the most important skill to manage your business and to grow your business is developing trust. That is the most important skill that you need to develop. So I recommend the first thing, and this is really important, I want to impart this with you. I want you to understand that trust is not a gift. Trust is not something that you are born with, okay? And you will not meet people who you will naturally trust. It's going to be something that you develop. However, you can help that by introducing patterns where you know you're going to start looking for people you can trust. What am I trying to say? So when you're trying to develop your team, you have to start looking at selecting people for trust, okay? So if you're interviewing, for example, check for character, and you're going to develop a relationship with this person. So it's absolutely okay for you to ask questions like, hey, have you been in a situation where someone has made you feel uncomfortable in a business environment? Or have you felt you completely disagreed with your employer's decisions? And how did you handle it? So this doesn't necessarily relate to just character and resolve for your mission, because at the end of the day, you want to figure out whether you can get on with this person. But this also relates to longevity. And this is really important because the people you want to build relationships with are people that you're going to be nurturing. So that brings me to the second point. And the second point is that we need to nurture people for trust. Now, again, this is not something that you assume happens because you work with someone or you live with someone or you are close to someone. Just because you are working with them doesn't necessarily mean that, boom, straight away you're going to be trusting them with your business or with whatever task that you are giving them within your business. You have to model trusting behavior to be able to gain somebody else's trust. Okay, so it has to start from within you. You need to start showing that you actually trust this person, that you're giving them the leeway, the empowerment to be able to make decisions on your behalf, or take action on your behalf when you're not there, and that it's absolutely okay for them to do so. And the single most important factor when building trust and nurturing is to keep your promises. So if you say that you're going to be doing something, then you make sure that you will actually do it at the end of the day, or at the end of the period that you stipulated it. The third thing is communication, communicating for trust. So communicating with transparency not only builds trust, but also brings clarity into a relationship. And the other thing is communicating with availability. So not only do you need to be transparent in your communications and be very clear in the way that you're communicating with your staff and with your team, but also you need to make sure that you are available for your team to communicate with you. And this is one thing that happens to us as we start growing our businesses. We start pulling more and more away from the day-to-day operations, and then sometimes it pulls us out of the Pilates studio. And what will happen then is that your team feel detached from you. Your team will feel that you are not progressing in the same way that they're progressing, or they're not progressing in the same way that you're progressing. So it's something very important for you to communicate well and to make sure that you are available for your team. Now, if you're in a situation where you are physically not able to meet your team regularly, maybe your studio is in another location, or maybe you feel that you are dedicating more time to other businesses or other projects, then you have to dedicate time, say once a week. And if it can't happen once a week, that make sure that if it's face-to-face, it has to happen at least once a month, to make sure that you are all on board and you all are working towards the same goals. And the other thing is, you have to make sure that you are hearing what their opinions are. You're hearing your team's suggestions and ideas, and they are on board, and they are just as important, they are just as key to your business as you are. So keeping these relationships with your team and having the physical the relationship where you're there with them face to face remains crucial to running a successful business. If you can't do it face to face, then you must make sure that you dedicate a set amount of time every week to be able to do things virtually with them. And in this day and age, it's amazing because we can do so many things virtually. So you have to think, am I actually dedicating enough time to build my trust with my team, with my staff? Am I giving them what they need to be able to grow within my business and perhaps within the industry? So these are the 3 tips that are my suggestions for you to start building your Pilates and wellness empire in a mindful and soulful way. You need people around you. You can't do everything by yourself, and they are just as important stakeholders as you are in your business. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to follow any of my future videos online. Until my next video, goodbye guys.